Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Build of the Hall of Edoras. And in today's episode, we're going to be working on the interior, which is why we are not running shaders right now. So if you were wondering what this build looks like without shaders, well, here it is. You can see. So we're going to be working on the interior today, and if I had shaders on, you wouldn't be able to see anything, and that's not good. So the first thing I want to do is swap out essentially this entire floor for birch, which I think is 2? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to basically put birch floors in here. And then let's actually swap some of this stuff out as well. We want these logs going all the way into the ground. There we go. That's a bit better. So we'll do something like that. These little areas we will swap out for birch as well. Basically, I want the whole thing to be birch floors. And that gives us then a nice base to kind of work with. Now, this place is looking pretty empty right now, but we'll change that. We'll make some tweaks to it. We'll do some things. We'll add some pillars. We'll do all sorts of cool stuff. And when it's done, it's going to look fantastic. I don't know if we'll get it all done in this episode, but we'll do as much as we can. So let's see here. We'll go like that. And then these, we said we need the logs to kind of go under. There we go. So that way they're kind of going into the ground, which is better. And then we just got to do this side. So let's go here to here. Birch. Put those in. Birch there. Birch there. And then a lot of these things are going to get kind of covered up. So, and what I mean by that, like for example, we've got this door, right? And this door is very important for the way that it looks on the outside. But on the inside, it looks pretty bad when you just have this random blob of stuff kind of sitting there. So we're going to end up tweaking some things, changing a few things on the interior and the way that it looks, so that we can accommodate for that. Same with those windows over there as well. So I think what we'll do is we'll actually start with these doors. Actually, you know what I should do first? Let me go ahead and get all of these little areas right here kind of filled in, because we don't want holes in the roof. That's just not going to look good. And those cannot be moved. That's a problem. Or can they? If I were to go here, how does that look? That doesn't look bad. That works. That still works. Oh, in fact, that's how it was in pretty much the rest of the build. I must have just missed this one spot. Okay, cool. And that way we can fill in our oak planks along here so it doesn't look atrocious. There we go. So that side done. Let me go ahead and get this side done as well, and then I'll be right back with you. All right, guys. So that is taken care of. Now, we need to work on this a bit. So if you remember, we had this stuff we can just kind of leave alone. But on the other side, we've got this kind of door handle. So we're going to kind of roll with that. And we're basically just going to do the same thing on this side, except we'll do the handle on the interior as well. So I need a painting. There we go. And on this one, the painting is on the other side of this block. So we will put... Oh, let's put a thing there as well. We'll get our door handle someday. There we go. So we'll put that right here. And then we'll basically just do that for the rest of this as well. In fact, what I could probably do to save myself a bit of time is just do one of these. So we can go like this to here. These little bits up here I'm probably going to have to fill in by hand just because of how that all works. But we can copy here to here. And I can just go copy from that corner. Right here, we'll put our painting in place. Hopefully we'll get the door handle relatively quickly. Maybe. Maybe not. Paintings. There we go. Got it. And then over here, for example, if I stand right here, I can just go paste, and that'll fill in a bunch of this for me so that I only have to fill in this top part. And we can do the same thing right here as well. Like so. There we go. And I just saved myself a whole bunch of extra work, which is always good. That's why I love using World Edit, because it's just a time saver for me. I never use World Edit for wacky things that you can't do in vanilla, because there are things like that. You can set blocks in ways that you couldn't set them in vanilla and all sorts of crazy things like that, but I don't do that with World Edit. I just use it to fill things in faster. Basically just reduce the number of blocks that I have to place by hand. So there we go. We've got those doors in place, and that already looks better than this. So let me get that done to the other side, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so all the doors are in place and looking pretty good. So the next thing that we need to do, I think, is we need to get some pillars in here. And if you look at reference images, there are a lot of them. So I think what we're going to do, we've got these windows up here, and I'm kind of thinking we want our pillars to... I mean, we don't want them to be in line with the windows. I'm thinking we want... I'm thinking like 4 pillars. No, let's see. We've got 3 windows. So we could do 1, 2... Well, we could do 3 pillars and actually line them up with the windows. Although the pillars... Will this connect in a 6x6? It would. And those actually look about right size-wise. This is something else we need to deal with, though. We need to do something with this window because these are glass blocks, and this looks really bad. So maybe what we'll do is, like, right here... maybe right here we'll have a part that kind of comes up like this. And it'll do the same over here. Right? And then here, it'll come back and around. I don't necessarily want this to go up all the way, though. I want a little bit of depth in the window. Like that. And that looks okay. How could we fix that and make it work? We could potentially do something like this and have it kind of run into this. And that wouldn't look horrible. I think that's probably our best bet, is to bring this pillar out a little bit and have it basically act as like our first pillar. And then we fill in this window, make it nice and thick. We bring this... How did this get... Oh, okay. This also needs to be filled in all the way, because this is just random empty space that we don't want. So let's do away with that as well. Here we go. There we go. And then we need to go, let's see, here to here, and we'll go set 5. That'll save me a bunch of time. And then we can go here to there and fill the rest of that in by hand. Awesome. And then what I'll do is from here to here. No. To here. And where do I want to center that? We'll center it right in the middle of the window. Oh, actually, that's not going to work at all. Because we want this guy to come up all the way as well. Here. Yeah, that's better. That's better. So we'll do that. Yep. Much, much better. And then I'll go from here to here. Oh. Here to here. What? I don't know why it won't let me set the second position. There we go. And we'll go copy. And then I believe if I stand right here and paste that in, yeah, that does all right. It does all right. It's a start. It saved me some work. Let me get it all cleaned up, though, and I'll be back with you in a moment. All right, guys, I am back, and we've got that all filled in, and it looks much better. It's definitely an improvement. So you come in, you've got this door right here. I think we'll go ahead and swap out these little parts right here for birch, because that's kind of where it would start. This is our door. It's all nice and centered, and everything looks beautiful. So we're good. Now we can work on the pillars. So I'm thinking each of these pillars is basically going to be like a 3x3. And I think we're going to line them up with the center of the window. And then centered in the middle here. So we'll have like a pillar like this. That looks right here, I think. If I go straight up here and I look over, yeah, that is centered between the two windows. And let's see, here's the center of this, centered there as well. Okay, so that is all good. Now I need to figure out how high to make that. So let's go 10. Wow, 10 is like the perfect height. I could go 11 without running into any problems. But I think this is about as good as it's going to get. So we'll go like that. And that's pretty good. In fact, that's like outstanding. That's basically exactly where I want it. So now we need to do another one of these guys. And once again, centered right here, I believe. Right? Yes, good. So we'll go stack 11 this time. What? Why? What did I do? Huh. I'm not sure why. What did I do differently? I don't really know. Let's go stack 20? Stack 20. That's where I want to be, I guess. That was a little funky. I'm not sure what happened there. These are lined up, right? Yep. Yep, they are. Okay. Well, whatever. We'll have it fixed. There we go. So we've got 2 pillars there. And then we just need to do the same right about, let's see, lined up with this window right here. And that should be lined up with the center. Yep, good. And we'll go like that. Stack 20. That gets us up to where we need to be. Beautiful. And then finally one more right here. So here's our center. And centered. Good. Beautiful. Okay. Now, this will be the last of these 4 pillars. So let's get that guy up. And then we need to figure out what we're going to do, because we don't want just the 4 pillars. We need more pillars than that. But at the same time, we need to make sure that these windows are still visible. There's got to be there's going to be like a little balcony area that kind of comes off over here and out to here, and that's how these windows will actually be accessible. And then this whole area right here needs to be elevated. That'd be to like right... Well, actually, come to think of it, that would mean those doors would also have to be elevated. We want an elevated platform where the king's throne goes. Maybe we'll put it up here. And we'll bring it to right here. Like that. So we'll have this kind of elevated area right here. And the king's throne would go up there. And then we'll grab some birch stairs. And we can go from here, leading down. Right? So it'll be something like this. There we go. And that kind of leads up to where the king sits, which I think is sensible. And we'll maybe bring that part out as well. Like so. Okay. Oh, and that... You need to go away. There we go. Much better. So we've got this kind of elevated platform here, which looks okay, but it doesn't look great. So I think I'm going to kind of attempt to dress up the platform a bit, make it a bit more interesting. So we'll put some pillars in the corners like that. And then I want to find, let's see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That means there is a center point, and the center point should be, doing math, the 8th block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should be our center. Yes, good. And that means that these should have a center as well. So we can put some pillars in like that. And that was what, every 3 in between? 3 in between. Awesome. So, in that case, 3, 3, 3. Beautiful. Then I can go and delete these blocks. And we can maybe do something else here instead on the sides. So maybe we'll take birch stairs and just kind of bring them out like that. You know, it gives us a little bit of depth there in the walls, which I think looks a little bit better. And we can maybe kind of do that over here as well. Like so. Just to kind of even it out, make it look a little bit more interesting. You can kind of see the depth there, and I think that's a good thing. So let me get that done on this side. All right, guys, I am back. So we've got that taken care of. The sides are done. We've got our big staircase that kind of leads up here. Now we need to look at some carpet options, and there's plenty. We could go with like a red carpet, you know, that kind of leads up to where the king would sit, something like that. That's all. That's really not all that interesting, though. So let's just see. I think there's like some fur rugs. No. I know I saw him earlier. And I just gotta find him again. Let's see. Alright, guys, I found it. It's called skin. There's bear skin and wolf skin. So, we could do something like this. Just kind of leading up there. Basically just pelts, which I think is a bit more fitting for Rohan. But I think what I want to do before I get into that is I want to make the throne. I want to make the chair. I want to make the chair. And then we also need to kind of sort this out too. So let's see. Here we've got 1, 2. So we go 1, 2. And this would be the start of another pillar, I believe. Now it's going to be like right in front of the wall. But I think this pillar needs to go in too. We need more than 2 pillars. So let's just see if this lines up right. Whoa, that was stack 2. That's not what I wanted. Stack 20. There we go, much better. And then that guy would go right there. And then we still have our pillar looking good. And we could even put another one right here. This would be 2 as well. So I'm on the right coordinate there. And that would be centered here too. So right here, we could do one of these. And this is not going to be 20. This would be 18, I think, if I did my math properly. Yes, I did. Wow, I'm a genius. Okay, so we'll have 4 pillars, basically, holding everything up. 2 of them coming directly out of the throne, which I think is pretty cool. Let's see. This will be another, right? Lined up, lined up. Good, good, good. And we'll get that and stack 18. Got a pillar there. And then ultimately we just need a pillar like right here. And that looks to be the right spot. And we'll stack that one up 20. And yep, that is the right spot. Good, good, good. So now we've got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 pillars. So you come in the door and you can kind of get the feel just coming in the door. You see the pillars coming up. The throne will be up here, which I want to do right now. So let's look at chairs. Now, there's not really a whole lot to go on for the chair. So I'm thinking we'll do something like this using these smaller chairs. And we'll just try and keep this basically as simple as we can. Actually, you know what? Rohan's color is green. So let's go with green chairs like that. These little cushions. And then as a backdrop, I mean, there's a few options. We could go doors, but I don't think that would look very good. This is supposed to be a nice big chair. Big and fancy. Ooh, and actually we've got these curtains too. Could we use these as banners? Oh, absolutely. Like they're curtains, but they can totally act as banners. Awesome. I'm going to remember that we have those. We'll need those once we get to kind of decorating the interior. Maybe we go quartz as a back. Maybe pillared quartz? And that is way, way too much. And that's like the king's throne, but that's too big. Well, then again, it is the king's throne. I'm just trying to get size at this point. I mean, it's more of a couch throne, but that's okay. Maybe we'll put some stairs in like this. Oh, actually, we could do something. We could do some sort of design right here. Right? Kind of like what we put on top of the roofs. Let's grab some regular quartz. We do that. I don't know about these green cushions. I think they look a little out of place. Let's look at wool, perhaps. Maybe we go with like a green wool. That doesn't look terrible. Not really sold on the quartz, though, either. But I can't use birch, for sure. Birch is not an option. I wish I had a close-up of his throne, but I really don't. 3D wooden stairs. These are kind of cool. You can put them upside down, and they give you this kind of shelf shape, which is pretty nifty. I like it. Anyway, I digress. So maybe we go over here. Like that. And I plop one of those down here. And I'm just kind of using this as a guide block right now. Right? So we do something like that. And then I'll take some oak. Put that back here. And maybe the back of the chair will be oak as well. So we get something like that, like this, and then kind of coming out. That doesn't look terrible. It blends in too much with this, though, I think. But it's not horrible either. Let's go green wool slabs. Ooh, I did not know those were a thing. That actually is fantastic, because that means I can bring this up, and I can bring this up, like so, and then we can put a stair here and here, and have a little bit of a chair that way. And then let's see what else we have for planks. We could go dark oak, maybe, for the back. What do we think of that? Maybe we do the throne in dark oak. It definitely stands out more. I mean, like, I wish we had the dark oak, like, special stair thing, which we don't, but I can get by without that. That's not really the end of the world. So we'll go like this. Here. How did we have this? Was it like that? That's not bad. I think the armrests need to be separated. So maybe we do something like this. And then right here, we'll just do like that. That's not bad. I think for now, I'm going to leave it at that. I might come back and change it later. It's a simple throne, but the people of Rohan are a simple people, so that's not necessarily a bad thing. The other thing we could maybe do is take some dark oak across the top up here, right? Just to kind of, A, cover up these logs, and B, create a little bit of a border, a little bit of a divider. There we go. Around the area where the king sits. There we go. I think that's pretty good. But guys, I am most definitely out of time for this episode. So, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.